you think the luxury sedan segment peaked years ago, think again, because what you're about to see might just rewrite the rulebook. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're taking a deep dive into the all-new 2026 E-Class Mercedes, a car that feels like Mercedes looked at the future, stole a few ideas and brought them back early. This thing isn't just an upgrade, it's a statement. And by the end of this review, you'll understand why some people are already calling it the most refined E-Class ever made. Let's begin our walk around, starting from the back, because Mercedes has definitely changed the vibe. The rear of the 2026 E-Class looks cleaner, wider, and bolder than the previous model. The taillights now have this floating 3D effect that feels almost EQ-inspired but still distinctly E-Class. Mercedes added a sharper crease running across the trunk, giving the back end a stronger, more athletic posture, almost like the S-Class's younger, more confident sibling. And the chrome strip connecting the lights makes the whole design feel uninterrupted from edge to edge. Even the bumper has been redesigned to look more sculpted, with integrated exhaust elements that actually blend with the body, instead of screaming for attention like you see on the BMW 5 Series. Everything here feels smooth, mature, and extremely premium. And with the new aerodynamic tweaks, the back end helps reduce drag noticeably. A clever move considering how much efficiency matters now. Move along to the left side, and you'll notice the proportions feel more refined than ever. Mercedes stretched the stance slightly, giving the E-Class a presence that almost nudges into S-Class territory. The lines are cleaner, the curves are softer, and the flush door handles pop out elegantly when you approach the car. This side profile shows exactly what Mercedes intended, a luxury sedan that balances classic charm with futuristic precision. When you compare it to the Audi A6 or Lexus ES, you immediately notice how Mercedes has mastered the subtle details. The shadow line window trim, the aerodynamic side mirrors, and even the wheel arches that hug the 20-inch alloys with a perfect symmetry. The stance is wider, more planted, and it feels like the car is designed to glide, not just drive. Now swing around to the right side, and the continuity in design really stands out. This angle highlights the length of the body and the sculpting along the doors. The digital patterns on the side panels, subtle, not flashy, glow slightly depending on the driving mode, similar to what we've seen on high-end EQ models. It's a small detail, but one that gives the E-Class an identity separate from its rivals. And the frameless windows, absolutely stunning. They make the exterior feel more like a coupe, even though this is a full-sized luxury sedan. Compared with the 2026 BMW 5 Series, which leans heavily into boldness, the E-Class still sticks to understated class, but it does so with a modern twist that makes it feel more advanced. Alright, now it's time to step inside, and trust me when I say nothing prepares you for what the 2026 E-Class interior feels like. It's less like sitting in a car, and more like entering a personal luxury lounge crafted with insane precision. The dashboard is dominated by the massive MBUX superscreen, stretching from the driver's side almost to the passenger door, and everything responds instantly. Mercedes has improved gesture recognition, voice commands, and even facial awareness that changes settings based on who's sitting in the seat. It's wild. The ambient lighting system has been upgraded too. It isn't just colors anymore. The lights respond to the music, the climate settings, and even your driving style. If you accelerate quickly, the door lights pulse forward like a streak of energy. The seats are where Mercedes shows off the most. These new zero-gravity seats adjust based on micropressure changes, so you never feel stiff, even after hours of driving. This is a big win compared to the BMW's comfort seats or the Genesis G80's Massagers. The Mercedes system feels smarter and more natural. And the 4D audio. Mercedes partnered with specialist sound engineers to create something that feels like a concert hall wrapped around you. The low-frequency vibrations built into the seat give you a physical sensation of music that doesn't feel gimmicky. It actually enhances immersion when watching movies or listening to cinematic soundtracks. The cabin also uses new noise-canceling technology, so when you're driving, you get this floating, cocoon-like silence that makes every trip feel like first class. Let's talk about the engine options, because Mercedes didn't just update, they rethought the powertrain lineup. The base model comes with a mild hybrid turbo engine that's more powerful and more efficient than the outgoing model. Acceleration feels smoother, and the electric assist fills in torque gaps instantly. But the real star for many buyers will be the plug-in hybrid version, offering over 100 kilometers of pure electric range. That means for city driving, you can practically use it like an EV while still having the engine for long trips. And speaking of EVs, the fully electric E-Class variant might surprise you. Instant torque, whisper-quiet acceleration, and impressive range make it the most refined electric E-Class yet, almost like a mini EQS, but with more personality and better balance. Mercedes also improved the suspension system dramatically. The new AI-controlled adaptive suspension scans the road more than 1,000 times per second, adjusting instantly to imperfections. It's smoother than the upgraded air suspension in the 2026 Audi A6, and you feel the difference immediately. Even on rough or uneven roads, the car floats, correcting impact before you even realize the bump is there. The steering response is also sharper, giving you better control without losing that signature E-Class comfort. Safety has taken another leap forward too. Mercedes now uses upgraded radar, LiDAR, and 360-degree sensor mapping that can predict potential hazards faster than before. The car can change lanes automatically, park itself perfectly in tight spaces, and even slow down for curves or intersections without needing driver input. If the system detects the driver becoming unresponsive, it brings the car to a safe stop. These upgrades put the E-Class right on the edge of semi-autonomous driving, ahead of most competitors in the segment. Now let's quickly touch on price, because this is where things get interesting. The 2026 E-Class lands slightly higher than last year's model, but considering the upgrades, especially the technology, the interior transformation, and the hybrid and electric tech, it actually offers solid value. The starting price undercuts the 2026 BMW 5 Series by a small margin, and when you factor in what you're getting, the E-Class feels like the smarter long-term investment. And if you compare feature for feature with the Audi A6, the Mercedes gives you more personalization, more tech, and more comfort for just a small price jump. So what's the final verdict? The 2026 E-Class Mercedes feels like a masterpiece that blends classic luxury with futuristic intelligence. It delivers the calm, elegant personality that E-Class fans love, but now with tech and refinement that push it inches away from S-Class territory. Whether you're comparing it to the 5 Series, the A6, the Lexus ES, or even electric rivals, the E-Class stands out as the most balanced luxury sedan in its class. Not too sporty, not too soft, just perfectly tuned. This isn't just a step forward for Mercedes. It's a reminder that the E-Class still defines what a midsize luxury sedan should be. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload from Motor Verdict Meter. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.